Welcome to today's Explainer. Today we're unpacking a story that's literally as timeless as it is powerful. It comes from an incredible motivational text simply called The Boy Who Never Gave Up. Together, we're going to map out the amazing life of a young man named Ali, really dissect the true anatomy of grit, and hopefully completely reframe how you look at your own potential. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this quote right away. Everyone laughed at him. They said he would never succeed. But 10 years later, the same people stood in line just to meet him. Talk about a massive shift in dynamics, right? It sets up this totally fascinating mystery. We're starting at a point of absolute rejection, total social humiliation, and then fast-forwarding a decade to profound respect and admiration. So how on earth does a person bridge that massive gap? How do you go from being the literal punchline of your community's jokes to the guy they're waiting in line just to shake hands with? Well, the answer lies in the incredible journey of an underdog. And to really understand it, we need to go back to the very beginning.
Section 1. The Boy Who Dreamed Big.
Every massive achievement starts with a seed of ambition. But Ali's environment, it wasn't exactly a greenhouse for success. To truly grasp the magnitude of what he pulled off, we have to look at his baseline daily reality. His mornings started way before the sun even came up, walking several kilometers just to get to school. Then, in the afternoon, there was absolutely no resting after classes. He went straight to the fields for intense, back-breaking manual labor just to help his family survive financially. And at night, while all his peers were sleeping, Ali was studying late into the night under this one dim little lamp. When you look at this timeline, it really highlights an immense volume of physical and mental hardship. It wasn't just a lack of money, it was a severe lack of time, of energy, of resources. Yet, his massive dream of becoming an engineer demanded this nearly impossible schedule, and he executed it every single day.
Section 2. Facing the Doubters. Now, what's really interesting about this is the contrast. Because as if the physical exhaustion wasn't enough, Ali carried this immense psychological burden placed on him by his own community. People literally told him, quit school, start working full-time, dreams are for rich people. And look, these weren't necessarily malicious villains out to get him. There were his neighbors, maybe even his friends, just projecting their own limitations and societal norms onto him. They genuinely believed poverty was this inescapable cage. But Ali's response? He didn't argue. He didn't try to debate them. He simply ignored the negativity and kept working hard. It brilliantly illustrates an unshakable internal resolve. He basically built a mental fortress around his ambition, completely refusing to let the limited beliefs of his village contaminate his vision for the future. Section 3. The Turning Point. Let's move on and see how this builds, because here is where things shift. When you consistently put in that unacknowledged, silent work, eventually the world has absolutely no choice but to take notice. All that hard work in the dark finally caught the light when a teacher noticed his immense dedication. Seeing this exhausted kid studying relentlessly, the teacher stepped in to help him apply for a scholarship, basically providing a crucial vehicle for his escape from poverty. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just handed to him. Ali didn't suddenly relax just because opportunity knocked. Actually, scratch that. He did the exact opposite. He doubled down, studied harder than ever, and actually earned that scholarship. This exact sequence of events perfectly shows how internal determination literally creates the conditions for external luck and support to actually work. Section 4. A Dream Realized. The years of walking miles in the dark, the callus-inducing fieldwork, the dim lamps, and the relentless studying, it all finally compounded into a massive breakthrough. He didn't just scrape by. He graduated from university with top honors. Ali transformed his childhood ambition into concrete reality. The kid who was told dreams are only for rich people had become a highly respected engineer. Honestly, it's just a stunning triumph of academic and professional will, the culmination of literally thousands of quiet, disciplined decisions made over a decade.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates the true measure of his character. He returned to his village and built a modern school so other children could receive a better education. Think about it. He could have taken his success, moved far away, and never looked back at the people who laughed at him, right? He could have used his wealth to show off or get some petty revenge against his childhood doubters. But instead, he channeled his success right back into the very soil he grew from. He built a modern school to make sure the next generation wouldn't have to study under dim lamps or walk kilometers in the dark. He returned not to conquer, but to uplift. It proves, for sure, that true determination doesn't just change one life, it changes the lives of an entire community.
Section 5.
the ultimate lesson.
So we've mapped out Ollie's journey, but what does this all mean for us sitting here right now? Let's shift the focus to you. Does your background decide your future? I want you to think about your own perceived barriers right now. Is it a lack of funding, a lack of connections, maybe a super unsupportive environment? We so often allow our starting line to dictate exactly where we believe our finish line has to be. But Ollie's story, it forces us to look in the mirror and seriously challenge that assumption.
So, the crucial point is this. While you absolutely cannot control your background, your socioeconomic status at birth, or the negativity of the people around you, you have absolute control over 3 core pillars. First, determination, that sheer refusal to quit when it hurts. Second, hard work, the actual physical and mental output required daily. And third, belief in yourself, your internal armor against external doubt. These are the actual metrics that decide your future. And the best part? They are entirely 100% within your control.
Which brings us to our final thought. Who will you prove wrong with your determination today? Maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a skeptical friend, or hey, maybe it's that little voice inside your own head telling you your dreams are just too big. Take a page out of Allie's playbook today. Ignore the noise, put in the unseen work, and build your own incredible future. If you found value in this explainer today, make sure to like and share this lesson with someone who really needs the motivation. Keep learning, keep pushing, and I will catch you in the next explainer.